Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another episode. Today is one of those episodes where I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right into it. I'm not gonna talk about the amazing resume review program we've got going on. I'm not gonna talk about a lot of the clients we've worked with one on one to get them into their dream clinical research job. I'm not gonna talk about that at all. I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right into the bad line manager relationships episode. So, we've talked a lot about this channel about relationships, relationship building, whether it's through networking or whether it's through just having a good relationship with your line manager, because ultimately they're the person who's going to get you that promotion, put you in position to get that job that you want, give you that raise, give you that end of year bonus, give you accolades, etc., etc. But what happens when things aren't going well? What happens when you have a bad line manager relationship? So a colleague of mine told me today about how she was having bad relationships with her line manager. And I had no idea. You really have no idea how evil people can be until you kind of see it. Because I see this person, or I would see this person, pretty often around the office when I was in the office. But I would see them and, they always had a smile on their face. They always said hello to me. They were always pretty nice. And I had no idea that this person could be this evil. And this is something that people talk about all the time with corporate America, corporate culture. And for the most part in clinical research, I have never had a bad relationship situation. I occasionally have sites be rude to me, or that's the extent of it. I've never had any life altering things happen to me because of corporate America. I've never had people stab me in the back, really, or that I know of. Or some of the negative stories you hear about in corporate America and how nasty people can be. And I think part of that is because I'm a guy, and I think women with each other can be a lot more catty. And this is clinical research is predominantly women, so I feel like it could be more cutthroat, woman to woman. So I feel like being a guy definitely helps. But wow, I could not believe some of the stuff she was saying. So basically, the situation is there's a line manager, there's a group of line managers, and they are over, the group of, people underneath them. And there's someone above the line managers, let's call them a director. And this person is best friends with the problem line manager. So anytime, a situation gets raised, it's obviously going to go to the director person because they're at the top. And of course, if there's any negative feedback on the line manager, she's going to cover it up because that's her friend. And that oftentimes is bad, because when a lot of people are saying negative things about something, HR should take a look into that person. HR should go in there and see what's going on. But of course, it's up to the director whether they want to fire or whatever they want to do with that person. And if they're your best friend, well, you're not gonna punish them or really do anything negative for them, really, even though that could be at the detriment of the company and the detriment of everyone working there. So that's bad. But I'm not gonna go into too much detail just because this person might be listening, or someone near the situation might be listening. But just know that there are bad line manager relationships out there. And sometimes, no matter, some of the tactics we've talked about, how to get off on the right foot with your line manager, some of the times that just doesn't work. And it's possible that your line manager could just straight up not like you. And I think that's one of the cases with this person, because, I would sit next to this person. I know they're a hard worker. I know they do their job. I know they're professional. There is no reason why a line manager, someone in that position, a managerial position, should feel negatively towards this person. And I know because this person was telling me that, all the negative things that their line manager would do, intimidate her, say things like, you can't take breaks. You better be at your desk all day. You're not allowed to take anything outside of your lunch break. And a lot of people get up and walk around. People, clinical research is pretty laid back for the most part. People aren't there micromanaging you for the most part. When I was in the office, man, I'd go get my hair cut. I would, go run errands. I would do all kinds of things. And pretty much as long as you get your work done, nobody cares. And as long as you're able to be reached and are responsive, nobody cares what you do. And that's one of the things I really liked about clinical research. But I realized that might have just been me. Maybe it's because of the way I interact with people. Maybe it's, people just tend to like me. I don't know what it is, but that luxury is not afforded to everyone. And I'm starting to realize that now. And I hate to get racial on this, but one of the colleague that I'm referring to is a black woman. And I feel like that might have something to do with it. Her boss is white. And I'm not saying she's racist, but I feel like there's a stereotype out there of African-American women about being like, the stereotypical African-American woman, loud, disrespectful, rude. And I feel like the manager has called her some of those things, even though that may not be the case. Because I know this person. This woman is soft-spoken. She's sweet. She's helping. She's caring. All these things. I mean, some of the those stereotypical African-American attributes are not what she's about at all. And having worked with this woman for years, I know this is not the case. But the line manager keeps going to HR about her because she tells her like she was rude to her and all this negative things about her. So anyway, guys, it really helps when you're going through a situation like this to document everything, record conversations if you have to, correspond through email, save those emails, save them in multiple places so they don't get deleted, things like that. You want to document everything because when you're dealing with HR and these type of issues, they always say if it's not documented, it didn't happen. And I mean, it's rough out here. I mean, my colleague actually had to take time off from work dealing with this stuff. The stress was just really stressful. And I mean, who would want to come to a work situation where, especially when you're working in an office, where your manager is constantly at your throat, and if you leave a minute early, the manager is emailing you saying, "Why are you leaving?" and all this stuff. Or if you're way too long, your manager is gonna IM you saying, "Why are you away from your desk?" Or they're going to email even other people working in the office saying, "Is this person at their desk?" Like, it was sort of like this manager had a vendetta against her. And that's what it certainly seemed like. So these relationships happen, and it's very, very unfortunate because this is how companies can lose good people. If you have bad management, they can really, really lose good people. And you see people talk about this all the time on Glassdoor. Bad management, bad management, bad management. And you really notice a difference when you have good management. People that are supportive, that are open, that are flexible. You really notice a difference. And I think that really makes a big difference with the company too. Like, I don't know the stats. I'm sure we'll cover some articles about it eventually, about management and companies and things like that, if we haven't in the past already. But I just feel bad for her because she's in a really bad place. She's really in a dark place. And it doesn't seem to really be any looking up for her. I mean, she's asked for them to change managers because there's a number of managers, about 4, 5, 6 managers, and HR will not change it. Even the director won't approve it to be changed either. So what is that? I mean, if the manager and the person they're managing don't have a good relationship and they've been working together for a few years, why not just change the manager? That would solve all the problems because no one else with the other managers has these issues too. Or fire the manager. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, the manager and the director are friends. So they're not going to just fire the manager. They're best friends. They went to college together. And they've been friends ever since. So that's decades. So are they really in the best interest? I mean, should they have even been hired in the first place? That's a question. That's a separate question, a separate issue. But it's just terrible out here, and I didn't realize people were going through these problems with their managers. I thought for the most part it was going to be good, or if it was bad, they would at least change your manager, and maybe you'd have a better relationship with someone else. And then maybe if it keeps being an issue, you're going through manager after manager, they're going to be like, maybe this person's just a bad fit for the company and our culture, and then they let the person go. But I don't think that'd be the case. I mean, what do you guys think? Put that in the comments. What do you think about this situation? Have you ever had any bad situations with your line manager? I know there are managers out there that are bad, and you just may not get along with. But I think there's a lot of factors going on here. So you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think and what should be done about this. But, you know, as I talked about before with my whole cash can get you promoted video, yeah, cash can also give you the flexibility to leave your job that you hate and even find another job. So if so a lot of people are in debt to their job. They've got to work at their job every single day. And if they don't, you know, because they got all these expenses, if they don't, they're going to be in debt next month. So that's why having cash can get you promoted, because you can take those risks, but also having cash can get you out of a very sticky situation if you hate it. Because I know if I were in that situation and hated coming to work every day, I'd either transfer departments or I'd have to quit and find another job. So yeah, I mean, having cash on hand gives you a big safety net, big safety net. So that's something to think about, guys. As always, email us eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. Have you had any bad relationships with your managers? Comment that down below. All right, guys, take care.